How's it going, everyone? It's Sam. I want to talk about why everything changes after 0.15 Bitcoin. And I know it sounds crazy. I know it does. But the fact is, there are some key differences between people that have accumulated this amount of Bitcoin and people that haven't. So we're going to go over that today. If you don't mind, hit subscribe, turn on the bell notification underneath the video so you can see future videos just like this. And I apologize, the setup's not in the normal spot yet. Just got back from the cottage, so rushing around to a family dinner, but we do the best that we can with the amount of time that we have. And if you want to see future videos like this, feel free to hit the subscribe button. There's a link underneath the video as well to Margex, where you can start trading cryptocurrency using leverage. You can see a pretty nice green candle here on Bitcoin. You can trade Bitcoin, you can trade Ethereum, you can trade Solana, you can trade Pepe, you can trade Caspa. There is a big Caspa airdrop right now, up to $5,000 worth of Caspa tokens. And there's a link to CoinW as well, where you can get some free Bitcoin just for trading and depositing. But let's start here. Why everything changes after 0.15 Bitcoin. Now, this is a bit arbitrary. For some people, they hit this their first buy, literally their first buy of Bitcoin. They bought a Bitcoin or 5 Bitcoin or 10 Bitcoin. For some people, it's nearly impossible with their current setup to get to 0.15 Bitcoin. So if you're at 0.01 Bitcoin, don't feel sad. But I think getting to 0.15 Bitcoin is pretty important and does set you, I think, apart from people that maybe are, stacking but have a lot less. First of all, if you have 0.15 Bitcoin, that means that you, first of all, just know how to buy Bitcoin. I know it sounds crazy, but there are a lot of people that don't buy Bitcoin because they just don't understand how to buy it. They don't understand the asset, first of all, but also they don't know how to buy it. They're maybe too uncomfortable setting up another account. They only go to the same bank and they don't feel comfortable giving their social security number to anyone else. I know it sounds crazy, but that does happen. Also, this means that you're comfortable making an investment. Sometimes the hardest thing is just getting off zero. Like, same thing in real estate, right? There are a lot of people that look at real estate all the time, but they never buy an investment property. The first one's the hardest just from a mental standpoint. You go through everything that could go wrong, and that stops you from ever even getting started. When not everything has to be perfect. Of course, you should try to learn as much as possible, but nothing's going to be perfect. So it's important to actually get comfortable making an investment like this, not knowing everything that could happen. There are X factors, there are different variables that you can't account for, but you make the best decision with the information you have. Also, if you have 0.15 Bitcoin, you probably are making like decent money. And of course, that is relative as well. But if you're making, $6 an hour, you're probably not going to go buy $10,000 worth of Bitcoin, right? So you're probably making some pretty good money, which allows you to put more money into investments like this that are a little bit higher risk. Hopefully you've already paid off some of your low interest rate debt or some of your high interest rate debt, right? Maybe you have a little bit of low interest rate on a mortgage or some student loans, but you've gotten rid of credit card payments, hopefully, personal loans, all that kind of stuff that is riskier, that is a guaranteed return. And I know not everyone's done that. Some people invest in crypto to get out of those bad situations, which can be risky. You have to be careful of those kinds of situations where you try to go very aggressive because you're making up for other issues, right? Other financial mistakes. Also, if you have 0.15 Bitcoin, there are probably days where you're having 4-figure volatility. You're going up and down $1,000 in a day. Now, if you get paid about $30 an hour, let's say, that is basically a week's worth of work that can change. Like the portfolio can change basically a week's worth of work, which is pretty significant. I mean, that is saying something, and that, depending on when you buy, right? Maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing, but volatility is good. Volatility means that you can actually perform well. You need volatility in assets to make them actually perform well, right? So 4-figure volatility a day means that you can get a sizable amount of money out of it. 5 figures into a risky investment. That's another reason why things change after 0.15. And I say risky investment, right? Depending on who you are, maybe you don't think Bitcoin's risky at all. For traditional finance, they would consider Bitcoin risky. But this means that, again, you probably have a decent base laid. You have 5 figures into something that is considered risky. So that means, again, you probably make a decent amount. You probably are comfortable doing something like this, which speaks a lot towards your own financial situation. Also, you are investing into something that isn't as risky as something like a meme coin. And I realize I talked about that a little bit earlier, but some people, they come into this space and they automatically want to start, not even laying a base, they just go for the home run. It's like you get called up to play in a baseball game in like a really competitive league, and you just try to hit home runs the entire time. You're just swinging as hard as you can instead of just trying to hit the ball, right? You want to get singles. You want to get on the base. You want to get comfortable, and then maybe you want to go down the risk curve. You should lay a base in something that's not so risky, something that's here to stay, right? And can still perform quite well. You also probably understand what inflation is. You understand monetary policy. You understand that politicians don't always have your best interest at heart or in mind, and you're going to stay focused on what's actually happening, right? You're staying focused to what's happening in the news. You're staying focused on what you need to do to be successful. And I know that sounds crazy too, but a lot of people don't look past what some celebrity's doing, or they're drowning themselves in alcohol. They're vaping every single day, and they have no other money that they can throw towards investments. And I realize that some of that stuff is stuff that you might do anyways, but like a lot of people just have no bandwidth. They don't pay attention. They don't have free time, or they don't care enough in their free time to pay attention to what's really happening. But if you're buying Bitcoin, you probably understand that. Also, when you just consider how many coins are out there, let's say there are going to be 21 million coins. Right, there may be 20 million now, give or take. I think it's right around 20 million. The fact is, a lot of them are lost. A lot of them are held by people that will most likely never sell. Right? A lot of people have said that. A lot of billionaires have said that, and they're swallowing up more Bitcoin. Let's say there's 70 million millionaires. I think it's, last time we checked, it was around 60 million, but that was a year or two ago. With inflation, with a lot of people making more money, with the S&P 500 hitting all-time highs, it's probably closer to 70 million, 65, 70 million. So 10 million coins divided by 70 million millionaires. That means each millionaire can have 0.14 Bitcoin. So if you have 0.15, you're already ahead of the curve. I saw something interesting. Let me just pull up the tweet. Someone say, explain how inflation can go down, but yet things are getting more expensive. Look at this response. Let me know what you think about this response. I thought it was pretty good. I used to weigh 200 pounds. In 2020, I gained 5 pounds. In 2021, I gained 11 pounds. In 2022, 9 pounds, 6 pounds, 3 pounds. So my weight gain is down, but now I weigh 234 pounds. It's a good explanation for how people start processing and what people realize when they start to understand inflation, monetary policy, all that kind of stuff. I think it breaks a lot of people's minds. Let me know what you think about this. Do you think 0.15 is a magic number? Do you think there's something that's a better number? Obviously, whole coiner status is a very key milestone for a lot of people. But is there something before then that you think is a very important level? Let me know down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. Check out the link underneath the video to MargeX and to CoinW in case you want to start trading crypto, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.